billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We ask that Allah shine upon us from His Divinely lights and the guardian in which to watch over us and inspire us, to protect us in days of difficulty. Ya Rabbi, guide us towards our destination, and that Your rida and satisfaction always to be upon us. And a reminder always from myself, from the teachings, our life is a time reality and timeless reality. All these trainings, and especially with the ones whom teach tafakkur and contemplation and meditation, it's not a meditation for the mind, it has byproducts of wellness and other benefits. But these realities of tafakkur or from the depth and the ocean of the teachings of the prophetic reality. The Prophet's teaching is, who knows himself will know his Lord. So our life is about trying to know myself, to reach towards the reality of what is meant by that Lordship. And most people live in a time dimension of this material life. That the material world of form, it locks us with its time. We're bound by its time, we're governed by its time. We have to come and go based on its time. It begins to govern us, take control of us, and it's all an illusion. And they begin to teach us that don't worry about the past and don't think about the future. The past is a series of interpretations and stories of people, and that's why they call history his story. Allah's making it really clear in the last days that there doesn't seem to be much grey, it's just black and white. Same event and each one telling their own story. So it means the past is a bunch of stories. Depending upon who's telling you the past, they taught us, leave it. Don't worry about past events. Don't let the past grab onto you in which you live by the past, because you're trying to break away from time. So the past say, okay, well he did this to me, this one did that, this happened, that was like that. Whatever those events of the past were, they're trying to lock you so that you're continuously thinking of that. It has a bind and a hold upon the servant. Based on that they can't make choices of the future because of what happened in the past. So then they begin to teach that to begin to elevate towards this reality, cut those ropes of the past. What was the past was already written, what happened was supposed to happen. Whatever God has written, it prevailed, you cut it. So it means don't go into issues of the past, and you see so many conflicts would be resolved of he said, she said, or their whole history of nations, their historic enemies and battles and fights. All of it is rubbish, and all of it Allah's teaching, I won't ask you about anything but yourself and your grave. So then they begin to teach, cut all the past off. Then there are people who limit their whole ability because all they think about is the future. What will the future hold for us? How will I get my money? How will I get this? How will I feed myself? How will I have this? How will I have that? A whole series of thoughts. Shaitan comes and what we call of wickedness, of evilness, of a bad energy comes to plant fear into the servant's heart. So continuous state of worrying about the future. Where will you be here? Will you be there? Will you be around? And they come and they teach, wipe all of that with your faith.
Have you started planning for the cost of post-secondary education? We will help you open a plan and access thousands of dollars in government grants. Give your child a head start with a CET plan. Did you know that it may be possible to start an RESP and not contribute any of your own money? Call today and receive 25 air miles reward miles when you book a consultation.
Naz Window Blinds offers high-quality custom window coverings for both residential and commercial projects. We offer a stunning range of colors and design options. We also provide an on-site measurement and style consultation so that you can be sure you're getting the very best option for your windows. Let us enrich the look, feel, and value of your space with custom window coverings. Call Naz Blinds today.
This battle of the self is not an easy battle. You think that you just say, I want peace, and you're going to sit by a tree and peace comes to you. It's not like that at all. Everything comes at you that don't have peace. A phone call comes, an email comes, somebody come rushing to ask you a question, because the nature of this material world is to keep us busy and distracted. So peace doesn't come by just merely wishing it to be. Peace, what Prophet described is the great battle, the jihad al-akbar, the great struggle against yourself is the greatest struggle, to struggle for peace. One, to cut off all my thoughts of the past and all the harms of the past and all the people and places and things of the past, of which are trying to grab a hold of me, trying to occupy a space within my mind and within my heart, and enter into a timeless reality. And that becomes the reality of Islam, and Islam in the English language is taslim and submission. How to bring God's will from His kingdom of the heavens, which is in complete submission, onto this abode of Satan, this earth, in which everything is busy and distracted. So that Divine will to come into my heart is a continuous struggle. Cut everything from the past, whatever happened was written to be happening. And taslim comes and Allah wrote it, God wrote it, what can I do about it? Because if you can't forget the past, it will influence all your future moves. Big difficulty. If you can't cut the past, it will influence all your future moves. So then it's a continuous struggle every night, everything from the past, my Lord, I'm asking to wipe it clean from my mind and from my heart. And everything I'm thinking of the future, take away my fear, take away all my fears and bring my taslim and my submission. Bring your reality into my heart, and that becomes the great struggle for faith. Faith is not something somebody says, I have faith. You ask 90% of the room and say, do you have faith? They say, yes we have faith, thank you Shaykh. No, faith is a event in your life, a light that enters into the heart that God gives after a great struggle. Do you think you're going to believe without struggling like those who came before you, that we tested them with their lives, with their family, with their wealth and with their possessions? If you haven't been tested like that, then yet faith has not entered into the heart. And this whole struggle of cutting the past, meditating, contemplating, understanding my whole life is about testing. And then, my Lord, please send light into my heart, more and more of your Divinely love into my heart, so that my fear of the future begins to subside. And when that faith begins to enter into the heart, it's a light that shines through your heart. What makes this life so difficult about the future is because it's unknown. So it's like entering into a room that's dark. Nobody wants to walk in this dark room. If I turn the lights off and say, "Okay, walk around," and say, "I'm not going to walk Shaykh, I'm going to hit my head on this cabinet, or I'm going to trip and hit my head and die from hitting the table on the corner of my head." So this life is like a darkness. Every fear of the future comes, and the whispering one again comes to whisper the past and specifically whisper the future, to cast doubt into the heart. So it means that those realities are huge, on how to continuously ask for faith, that grant me the light of faith. Then they come and they teach, you want the light of faith, praise upon the Divinely Presence and praise upon the prophetic reality. As much as you make a life of praise, 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 hamdulillah wa shukran lillah, means all praise be to God and my thankfulness to the Divinely Presence, and then praising upon the prophetic reality. Because these are blessed souls, when you praise upon them they are the guides, and that they remember you in a higher association, and they pray to God that they're remembering me, send my light to them, send my love to them, let my guidance to reach into their heart and let them to know that they're not alone on this earth. It begins to send a light into the heart. That light, every time it enters into the heart, your path becomes a little bit more clearer. The test becomes a little bit less frightening. That as more and more light is coming, more and more practices are coming, more and more light is coming into the heart, you begin to understand that your life is not so dark. Look into your heart with all your praisings and all your practices, you feel a security with the Divinely Presence because you're praising upon the Divine. If you're listening out there and you're not praising, then yes, it can be very scary because it's just dark and you know you're not good with God and you're not good with His Prophets. And there are many scary things in this darkness, and any of them can come to ravage you. So this is a training, what's behind me to cut, because it's going to determine all the wrong steps I make. So I meditate, I contemplate, trying to bring good actions, good practices, praising upon the Divine, praising upon the prophetic reality, and God begins to inspire within your heart that I have always held you. You forgot me but I did not forget you. I held you when you came out of the womb. I inspired your mother to hold you, to feed you, to nourish you, to love you. and I'm feeding you and I have always fed you. I am housing you and you have always had a roof over your head. And then you owe it to your Lord to be thankful and shukr that, you're correct my Lord, alhamdulillah, praise be to you, and shukr that I'm grateful for what you have given to me. And that love and that bond of love begins to develop. And the only thing that keeps this whole force to be solid is love.
Hi, did you know that your child may be eligible to receive up to $10,000 in government grants to pay for his or her post-secondary education? My name is Sikandar Hayat. I am here to help you. Call today for a free consultation.
Knowledge, quality, integrity. Star cares about your best interests and have a wealth of experience to match. We've been in the business 30 years and are here to lead you every step of the way. Whether it's building the custom home of your dreams, doing gorgeous home renovations, building a laneway home, or revamping your commercial space. The STAR process works. Just ask our hundreds of satisfied customers.
We have several properties, and the best thing about Star for Life services is that the work is done in a very timely manner, and we're always very pleased with the result.
STAR, let's make your dreams happen. Call us now to book your free consultation.
When you begin to love the Divine and love the prophetic reality that, I love you my Lord, I love you my Lord, what's the example that you want from me? What's the example of the best character? He says, I sent you my prophets, read about their lives, read about the goodness of their character. Make their character the example of your life, that I want to be like them. Then they begin to teach, this love is the only bond that glues, and the only thing that Satan wants to destroy is love. Not the aql. You can't think about God and say, oh I think this is correct and God in my mind makes sense. The only capacity we have to understand and truly move into that reality of faith is love. There is no faith without love. If you're void of love, you're void of faith. If you're void of faith, everything is lost. So the teaching that this love is the strongest bond. Say that, think about the elements, how in H2O, because the angelic reality of water. What is water? When Allah God Almighty said, my throne was upon the water, means my majesty and might is in this water, and my is mim and alif. Means La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah, its power is in water, and the angels are created from water. And as a result of its angelic reality, it's very stable. And this H2O is immensely powerful. Love keeps the H2, the two H's with the O. Only love can keep the two H's with the O. There's no way to separate the H out of this. If you are capable of taking one hydrogen out of this, two hydrogen and an oxygen, this ocean would be the most explosive device on this planet. So powerful the earth would cease to exist. If one hydrogen is lifted from the H2O, it is the most dangerous element we have. So what keeps it together? If it was something scientific and random, no, it's only mohammad and love. It's an angelic reality, they love the Divine, the bond is secure and nothing can take it apart. Means this bond that was bonded by love is the example of our whole way. Everything with love, everything with the good character and muhabbat will make the bond. If you know that the most powerful element is love, the most powerful practice is based on love, it wipes away all of the concerns that somebody should have. Means seek in your life that which is based on love and muhabbat. And what you're doing and what you're practicing, is it increasing your love? There are even countries on this earth that don't know what love is. I saw a show about Japan, they don't have the word love in their vocabulary. The most important element of our whole existence is love. You work for what? For the country? You work for the company? Everything you do in life has to be based on wadud, based on muhabbat and love. If you take that element away, people don't understand why they should even be existing. If you take the element of love, everything falls apart in its reality. Everything becomes based on violence and dogma, and this is now the phase of life that we have entered into. The element of love is being pulled off of the earth, and all that is remaining now is of hatred, and everything will begin to come apart. Because it is the glue that binds our element and the nature of our elements. With this love, with this muhabbat, with this faith, when we nourish the faith and the faith is built on love and loving character, we said before, it's not to tolerate but to accept people. Not even the word to tolerate but the life of an acceptance. So then try to find the schools that are based on muhabbat and love. Try to find the teachers that are teaching acceptance and love, that they build within your heart a presence of love and muhabbat. So everything is based on muhabbat and love. To enter that cave with love, to be dressed by that love, we ask that when Allah grant us that love and make a bond, make a bonding of the soul, bond with Prophet, bond with Allah. With that light and with that bond of love, all the future fears will be dropped. Because when you love your Lord and your Lord loves you, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. The world of faith now you've entered into timeless. So time is filled with all these concerns. What they want for us, enter now to the world of light. In the world of light there is no time. Time stands still in the world of light. If you operate from your soul and operate from the world of light, all that time stands still for you. And above that reality of timeless is entering into the will of the Divinely Presence. Before anything manifests is entering into that Divinely Heart, which is the reality of timelessness, that yet not it manifested even in its thought upon this earth. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen bi hurmati Muhammadan Mustafa wa bi sirri Suratul Fatiha.
Have you started planning for the cost of post-secondary education? We will help you open a plan and access thousands of dollars in government grants. Give your child a head start with a CET plan. Did you know that it may be possible to start an RESP and not contribute any of your own money? Call today and receive 25 air miles reward miles when you book a consultation.